Oh, nothing works on this acne.
Hi,
Who?
I'm a licensed dermatology provider from Curology.
Oh.
Answer a few questions, I'll look at your skin and prescribe you a personalized cream.
Wow!
Curology, skincare with a face.
Engines roar like a beast. Cheering crowd can't sit still. Rubber burns on concrete. Fight for glory, thrill to kill. To the finish line we drive. Screeching wheels we come alive. Speed demons through the night. Racing with all our might. Fuel gauge dancing low. Sweat drips, countdown slow. Wind cutting faces now. Victory, our solemn vow. To the finish line we drive. Screeching wheels we come alive. Speed demons through the night. Racing with all our might. With all our might. Fuel gauge dancing.
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we get ready to rock and roll here this evening from the beautiful Chicagoland Speedway. We're going to start things off here by some quick interviews here. We got some drivers waiting down patiently, ready to hop in here for a little bit of pre-race interviews. We're going to pull in Aiden Lucas, one of the drivers battling for a playoff position. Here this evening, we're going to pull Aiden up here into the broadcast booth. Hey Aiden, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
I got you loud and clear, buddy.
Aiden, man, a good season so far here for you. You're sitting fairly decent in the point standings, but with this being the last race, how do you plan to get through this evening, and how do you plan to try to work yourself into the Premium Stock Car Racing League playoffs?
Well, man, you just got to try and keep the car clean and, have a good day, be fast, bring speed. And done a good job of that the second half of the regular season, so hopefully can keep it up a little bit. But great season, great racing with all these guys. Lots of good racing here.
Absolutely. A lot of great racing. We continue to see you improve week after week after week, and we look forward to seeing what you can do here this evening. Good luck out there and have some fun, Aiden, and thank you for hopping up in here into the booth for a little pre-race interview.
Thank you, Peacemaker, and thank you to Josh and Brian.
Absolutely, brother. Good luck out there. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for Aiden Lucas. As Lucas jumping in here, a quick little pre-race interview. We're going to make sure that we get ready to rock and roll as Jimmy Six Times says Ben Gleason wins on a green-white checkered. Woo, baby, that would be a heck of a finish. That'd be a crazy one here this evening. As we'll get ready to pull in another one of our drivers looking to battle, looking to try to work himself into the playoffs here this evening. It's Jonathan Gaston. Hey, Jonathan, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
Sure do, man.
Jonathan, man, a good season so far. A lot of great runs. You're sitting pretty decently here in points. And what are you going to do out there? How are you going to run here this evening to put yourself into one of the final playoff spots here this evening to put yourself into the playoffs?
I'm probably going to be a little bit more aggressive than I've been in the past. I shot myself in the foot the past 2 weeks. Last week I had a chaperone a school dance, and then the week before that I crashed out. So we're going to get aggressive tonight. If I got to move somebody, got to move somebody. You got to get it done.
Well, brother, they make front bumpers every single day. Good luck out there. Have some fun. And I know all your students and fans in the stands will be cheering for you, and hopefully we'll see you back up here in the booth throughout the evening.
All right. Appreciate it, man.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for Mr. Jonathan Gaston. Gaston, one of those drivers looking to punch his ticket into the show here this evening as we'll get ready to pull in another one of our contenders, Kevin Winker, sitting down pit side here. Let's pull Winker up and into the booth here for his pre-race interview. Hey, Kevin, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, man, a good season so far for the 42. Ryan, a little bit of bumps and bruises along the way. What are you going to do here this evening to put yourself into an opportunity to take one of those final playoff spots here tonight?
I hope I can finish the race actually once. I have pretty bad luck this season. I've been running decent, just getting taken out. So I don't really know, to be honest with you. I'm still kind of trying to figure out these Xfinity cars, so I just kind of roll with the punches, try to maybe get off strategy and see what happens, see if we can get this 42 into the playoffs.
Absolutely, brother. Well, we look forward to seeing you out there on the racetrack, seeing you battle, and see if you can work yourself into one of the final 2 playoff spots here this evening. You're right there in points, and it's going to be a fierce battle right down to the checkered flag. Good luck and have some fun out there on the speedway.
Sounds good, thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for Mr. Winker. Winker coming in here and giving us a quick little report there on what he's going to be able to do, what he's going to try to put himself into the playoffs here this evening. Another driver that I do believe was tied with him in points, about 5 points back here, as Aiden Lucas and Jonathan Gaston all at, both of those drivers were at 356 for the points. Now, Winker and the number 1 ride of Jordan Hand are 2 drivers that were right there behind them, only 5 points back here to start the evening. We'll have to wait and see what Winker can do, and we'll see right now what Jordan Hand can do to try to put himself into the winner's circle. Hey, Jordan, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. They got a copy?
Yeah, man, what's going on?
Not much, Jordan. Man, a good season so far for you. The points are very, very tight. What do you got to do this evening to put yourself into the playoffs here this year?
Man, just run my race and just be calm. Just whatever happens, happens. So hopefully no net code.
Absolutely, brother. No net code, nothing but good, clean, hard racing out there on the speedway. I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be very intense right down to the checkered flag. So good luck. Have some fun out there, and hopefully we'll see you in the playoffs here this year.
Absolutely, brother. Take it easy.
Absolutely, you as well. Alrighty, give it up there for Jordan Hand, getting these drivers in here. Some of these playoff drivers that have an opportunity to punch their ticket into the show here. Now, it's win and you're in for any of the drivers back there in the points, but the big question...
Let's
face it, guys only want one thing.
Wish I had something natural instead of this synthetic body wash. Sydney Sweeney, body wash genie?
Dr. Squatch Body Wash, for men who prefer natural.
Here's the history of glasses. The idea begins in Egypt. The first pair appears in Italy. Ben Franklin invents new lenses. We start Warby Parker. Eyewear without the middleman for an actually fair price. That's the history of glasses and the future. Come see at warbyparker.com.
Here, so he's got a little work to do. Let's see if we can pull Blackwell up here and see what he needs to do to try to work himself into our playoffs here this year. All right, let's get him in here. Let's pull him up into the booth. Mr. Gaston, let's see if we can get him here as Chris is stuck watching, affected by Hurricane Milton, endured with no damage, but expected to be without power/internet until next week. Good luck, drivers. No! That is a heartbreak, man. That's a heartbreak. Yeah, shout out to Chris Stange and those impacted by the hurricane. 100%. Jimmy 6 times. 100%. Shout out to all those guys, man. And that's a heartbreaker right there for Chris Stange. Caleb McKinney. What's good, Caleb? Caleb coming in with the wave here as well. Let's get ready. We're going to pull in this number 9 ride of Noah Blackwell. Pull him up here into the broadcast booth for a quick little pre-race interview. Hey, Noah, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
I got a copy. Hello.
Oh, there we go. I got you now. Noah, brother, a bit of an up and down season here for you. What are you going to do here tonight, knowing that you're about 14 points behind a pair of those drivers that are right there on the edge of making it into the playoffs here this evening? How do you work yourself into the show here tonight?
Well, you can't push it too hard, or you're gonna just fall back. So I got to be smart, stay calm, obviously, because these cars are very loose on exit right now because of the hot track temp. But so far we're looking good in qualifying. I thought I was gonna start 10th, but right behind Dylan again. This time we switched spots. Last week he was second and I was first, so it'll be a battle to get to the bottom.
Absolutely. Now, if you recreate what you did last week, do you think that's going to be enough to get into the playoffs with the bonus points at the stages and here at the end of the evening, coming home with another top 3 run? Do you think that's going to be what you need to lock yourself into the playoffs, or do you think you're going to need that win here tonight?
I'm gonna need to be more aggressive for stages, but if I don't get there in the stages, I'm gonna need to win. I want to thank Paul though for not showing up, because then he helped me he helped me by not showing up. So yeah.
Perfect. Adds an extra playoff spot here this evening. Noah, good luck out there. Have some fun, and hopefully we'll see you back up here in the booth before the end of the night.
Yeah.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for the number 9 rider, Noah Blackwell. We got one more driver to pull in here. See if we can find him again. He's kind of disappeared on us here. There's Ben Gleason. Let's see if we can get Ben in here real quick. Let me quickly jump here and pull Mr. Gleason in for a quick pre-race interview. Hey, Ben, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. They get a copy?
Yes, sir.
Ben, man, a good look here at the points this evening. You're right there. You're only, a few handful of points out, but how are you going to tackle here this evening? How are you going to work yourself towards the front of the field to try to put yourself into the winner's circle here this evening?
Well, it's going to take a miracle tonight.
Yeah, sometimes, man, miracles happen. We see it all the time in sports. If it's not done by a miracle, if it's not a win here, what's the game plan out there on the racetrack? How do you gotta try to win your way into the playoffs here on points?
I'm just going to try to keep it clean and finish.
Hey, that's all you can do out there, Ben. Good luck out there. Good luck, and see if we can see you picking up on the final spots here on the evening and working yourself into the playoffs here this evening, brother, as it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be interesting to watch you guys battle it out there, and we got your webcam on as well if you want to smile and wave to the crowd as well. Perfect, Ben. Good luck out there. Have some fun. I'll drag you back down into your Discord.
All right, thanks.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for Ben Gleason. Is Gleason going to get ready to rock and roll here in this one as we're going to get ready for our pre-race ceremony here this evening. Our pre-race about to get underway. Drivers getting ready to battle here tonight, but we're going to get the opening command from Lonnie Kreider. Kreider going to come in here with our opening command this evening.
It's another Saturday night looking for some more great racing. This is points night for the last chance to try to make it in for the guys that will be running for the championship. This is October, and this is Breast Aware Cancer Month. And we have a very special guest with us tonight. Her name is Bisa Lee, and she has fault cancer, and she's going to give that big command that you all like to hear every week. And here she is.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Alrighty, perfect command right there. Huge shout out to Lonnie Kreider coming in, giving us the opening command here this evening as we're going to get everyone to please rise and remove your hats for our national anthem, brought to you by Landon Burbage. Alrighty, shout out there to Landon Burbage coming in with our national anthem here this evening as drivers starting to roll out there on the speedway. We'll get ready to take you through the lineup as 23 drivers ready to duke it out here this evening. And we'll be led down to the green flag with the M&M's Phoenix Esports Machine of Dylan Carrier. To his outside in the 9 right, that is Noah Blackwell. Starting in position number 3 in the 54, that is Thomas Horvath. To his outside, that is the 78 of Ryan Rose. Starting in position number 5 in the number 57 right here this evening, that is Grant Applegate in the Red Bull Machine. To his outside is the 72 of Jonathan Gaston. And we see the number 1 of Jordan Hand. To his outside is the 79, the Jack Daniels ride of Danny White. Josh Kreider in the 16 of Matthew Wood. Bring up our top 10 with Aiden Lucas, Benjamin Romano, Ryan Holler, Jaden Porter, Farrell Robbins, Jordan Kreider, Dallas Seward, Brian Underwood, Landon Burbage, Kevin Winker. Our top 20 with Ben Gleason, Nathan Brookover, and Chris Getz bringing up the rear of the field as we end all the anticipation with our feature presentation here this evening with the Premium Stock Car Racing League. The last chance dance for all the drivers on the outside of the playoffs looking in. One more golden opportunity here this evening for them to work themselves into our playoffs here this year. Only a couple spots left up the grabs for a lot of these drivers. It's win and you're in, or it's do or die out there on the speedway. For a few of those others that we brought into the booth here before this race, they have that golden opportunity here that they can try to earn some stage points, work themselves maybe in to these playoffs on the points alone here this evening. Now, a lot of those drivers are battling here, trying to work themselves up and through the field. A lot of these drivers have already claimed their wins, have already put themselves into the winner's circle here this year, and they have punched their tickets on through into our playoffs here at the Premium Stock Car Racing League. And we're looking at one leading the way early on here this evening. The 88 ride, the M&M's Phoenix Esports Machine, the NJP Designs ride of Dylan Carrier. Won last week. He's looking to back it up here tonight as my boy Skylar Pruitt coming in with the sub-anniversary, the 1 year and 4 months of being a subscriber here on Peacemaker Gaming. I don't know if that was now or what. Facebook says that was a year ago that notification came through, and it just came through. What in the world, Facebook? What is going on with that one? That is an absolutely wild update on that right there. That is absolutely crazy. As Frank Michael Deacon coming in with the like on the stream. Derek Cat Eric coming in with the love as well. Mama Bear Susie Dickinson with the heart reaction. Kevin Winker coming in as well with the heart reaction here on the broadcast. As these drivers duking it out here this evening. A lot of back and forth going to happen out there on the speedway. Is Xander coming in showing the love here in this one. What's good, Xander? Xander coming in showing the love, says, hello, you remember me? I do remember you, Xander. I do remember you, brother, as you got to go to sleep. You got to go to sleep. Hey, brother, it is what happens. It is what happens, man. That's a... Sometimes you gotta do it. Sometimes you gotta do it. It's. I hope you will do an earlier stream of TCG so I can come and watch. Good luck with your stream. I appreciate that, Xander. I appreciate that, brother. I gotta be able to read that there real quick. And Diabetes says, just going out for a rip, are you, bud? Oh, heck yeah, bud. Yes, Sirski, you know it. We're just out here for a rip. Is Jonathan Wiley. Jonathan coming in, showing the love as well. That like on the stream. And Denlis Seabird over there on YouTube says, my money is on Dylan to go back to back here this evening. That is a great call. As right now, Dylan Carrier at the front of the field has his NJB Designs teammate back there behind him. That is the Scooby-Doo number 9 machine right there in position number 2, looking to try to work himself into the playoffs, knowing he needs to gain as many stage points as possible here this evening to try to work himself into the playoffs here tonight. As that 9 wide currently rolling in that second spot, a bit of a gap back now to our third place drivers. Thomas Horvath trying to hang on to that third position. Jordan Hand, another one of those drivers looking to maximize his day points-wise here this evening, rolling there in that 4th position, already picking up 3 spots early in this race. In the other Scooby-Doo car out there on the speedway, the Optic Gaming's ride, trying to work himself into position number 3. So Hand looking down low, looking for a run here on Thomas Horvath. Is Horvath trying to hang on to that third position, and here comes Matthew Wood. Wood, one of those drivers that's punched his ticket already into our playoffs, sitting with that 57 of Grant Applegate. They're hanging out right there, battling for that 5th and 6th position, trying to reel in our top 4 competitors out there on the speedway. A little further back, Ryan Rose, they're in 7th. Jonathan Gaston, one of those playoff hopefuls, they're in 8th. Danny White, one of those drivers that's in the do-or-die situation. It's a win and you're in, and that is what he's going to do here this evening. Going to put that car into victory lane. Same with Benjamin Romano. Dallas Seward has to pick up a dub here this evening. Ben Gleason in the Oscar Mayer Hot Dogs, number 66. He's another one of those competitors that could race his way in to the playoffs here off points, but you don't get a lot of these stage points. It could really affect this 66 ride and quickly put him into a position where he is another must-win driver. Right there behind him is Josh Kreider. Kreider has already picked up a win here this year. I believe got the win at Darlington. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong there on that one. But the 5 ride of Kreider there in the 13th position. Brian Underwood, one of those playoff hopefuls here this evening as well. I do believe looking for a win here himself in that 6 machine. Then we see Nathan Brookover, Landon Burbage back here battling a little deeper in the field in that 15th and 16th position. Farrell Robbins back there at 17th. Then we see Ryan Haller, the 77 of Aiden Lucas back here in the 19th spot. Jaden Porter there in the 74, battling here to the inside of that 77 ride. Unfortunately, for Beyond Detailing machine of Aiden Lucas, he's back in about the 20th position. Aiden was sitting in the catbird seat going into this evening, with Chris Stange unfortunately missing this evening's feature event due to the hurricane, due to losing power and internet, not being able to be here, isn't going to be able to gain any points, and unfortunately for Chris Stange, it's kind of probably going to work him out of the playoffs here. All these drivers, stage points or just, show-up points, we believe will leapfrog him, especially potentially the 77 right here of Aiden Lucas and the number 72 of Jonathan Gaston. Now these drivers earn extra points during the stages, I do believe they're going to make that number even bigger. So if they can pick up a handful of stage points here this evening, all they got to do is really come top 20 to work themselves into the show, as long as they do not get beat or have one of those other drivers steal a win here this evening that are back in the points behind them. So there's a lot on the line. There's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of different scenarios where drivers can, potentially work their way into the playoffs or unfortunately miss out on the playoffs here this year. As right there behind him, one of those other playoff hopefuls is the 42 of Kevin Winter, the Muhlenberger Custom Homes ride, rolling here in the 22nd position, and the 69 of Jordan Kreider there in the 23rd spot on the speedway. But so far, it's been clean and green racing here from Chicagoland Speedway. These drivers are doing a fantastic job, and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, and let us know in the comment section right now, who do you want to see up and in victory lane here this evening, or who do you want to see being one of those drivers to jump up and take one of these final playoff positions away here today. It's going to become very, very tight in the points. It's going to be very interesting to see who's going to be able to make those final moves, those final adjustments to put themselves into the perfect position here this evening. As Dylan Carrier at the front of the field, looking to go back-to-back here this week, has picked up a big win last week, put himself into victory lane at the old Atlanta Motor Speedway. Now another fairly similar racetrack, a mile and a half, high bank, high speed, high momentum kind of a speedway here for the 88 ride, and he's picking right up where he left off, and that is at the front of the field. Now, they did say that this M&M's number 88 ride being a Dale Earnhardt Jr. number with the M&M sponsor that is associated so much and so often with Kyle Busch. So different numbers, different sponsors than what Junior and Kyle Busch usually run, and you get that KB style of a paint scheme and a Chevrolet here this evening. So I do believe this is really making things a bit of a skew, and they were calling this car cursed last week. They didn't think he was going to be able to make it through, and they figured something was going to happen to this ride. And luckily enough, he was able to prove everybody wrong. He was able to get this cursed car into victory lane, and maybe it's cursed the other way. Maybe this has just made this car that much better here, and maybe it's cursed for everybody else except for the driver behind the wheel of this 88 as he's looking to go back-to-back here this evening. As Carrier out in front, his teammate Noah Blackwell right there behind him in position number 2 on the speedway. Matthew Wood back there in third. Wood has picked up multiple wins already here this season. He's looking to pick up another one here tonight. Maybe try to play a little bit of spoiler for any of those drivers trying to make that last race win in you're in and ruin their opportunities to try to jump up here and work themselves into the playoffs here this evening. If Wood or Applegate end up putting their rides into victory lane, there are a pair of drivers that have already went for a trip into victory lane here this year, and same with Dylan Carrier. So if any of the 3 inside our top 4, excluding Noah Blackwell, go to victory lane here tonight, our playoff positions, the final 2 or 3, are going to be settled by the points here this evening. So this is going to be very interesting on what these drivers are going to be able to accomplish, what they're going to be able to do, and how they're going to be able to put themselves potentially into victory lane or into, good positions here throughout the evening. You look at Blackwell rolling right now in position number 2, trying to get as many points as he can here in stage number 1. We see that number 1 rider, Jordan Hand, up inside the top 5. He's looking to try to get a bunch of stage points here, as well as Jonathan Gaston, Ben Gleason, Dallas Seward. They're looking to try to get some stage points as well, try to work themselves into the playoffs here. Unfortunately for Dallas, he's just a little bit too far in the points behind. He's one of those drivers that is in a must-win scenario here this evening. So the 38 ride of Dallas Seward has to find victory lane to put himself into playoffs here tonight. As Derek McKee coming in, show the love. Derek coming in, smashing that subscribe button. Derek, welcome to the Peacemaker family. Welcome to the Peacemaker crew, coming in, smashing that subscribe button, becoming a brand new member of the Peacemaker family here this evening. Is out in front, continuing to lead the way. Already 22 laps into the book here for Dylan Carrier. As Carrier out in front, the 88 ride looking to be the reflection of perfection here this evening, and looking to try to win all these stages, trying to get all these points and trying to add on to his bonus points for our playoffs here this evening. Now, I think he's going to be a little bit of a helping hand. I'm not sure if he's going to have maybe a little bit of a devil's advocate here on his shoulder or not throughout the evening, knowing that the car behind him, Noah Blackwell, is one of those drivers that could potentially put himself into the playoffs, and being teammates who see the 88 ride maybe pull over or let him go by on that final lap of the stage to let the 9 ride pick up a stage win, where that could help propel his teammate into our playoffs here this year. Or does the 88 ride be a little bit more selfish, take the stage win, earn the points here himself, which will go towards the regular season championship and playoff seeding, but it'll also help out with getting the extra bonus point for the stage win, and potentially pick up the win here this evening, earning even more bonus points as well. So there's definitely a good pros and cons scenario here for this 88 machine here this evening. Get a good look at him here right above us. Mr. Carrier out there on the speedway. He's got that beautiful auto value t-shirt on. He's been at work all day. He's been working away and running parts and doing things and working hard, and he's able to jump in here have some fun after all that work, getting this car, figured out, getting some practice in, and getting this car very, very fast out there. But I think he's going to have his hands full here in a quick hurry. See him rolling around the speedway, doing a great job of it, keeping himself right there at the front of the field. But man, oh man, some of these drivers that are slowly but surely closing in on our race leader is Blackwell slides back to third. We do see Matthew Wood now into position number 2. Can Wood continue his march towards the front of the field? Can he jump up here and maybe take another stage win away from the 88 of Dylan Carrier and add another bonus point to the already staggering amount of bonus points that 16 ride of Matthew Wood has after picking up multiple race wins here this year and multiple stages and everything else? He's gonna be able to have a good lead going in to our playoffs here in that 16 ride, and it's going to be interesting to see where all those bonus points come into play and how big of a gap some of these drivers will have where it could potentially help propel them through to the next round. In the next round, and potentially into our final championship race of the evening, where these drivers will have an opportunity to try to pick up the championship here this season. As Carrier still out in front, half a second between himself and Wood. Wood slowly but surely starting to run him down though, but the laps are counting down in a quick hurry here this evening. And now let's get a double check here on race info. So stage break at lap number 35 here. So stage break at lap 35 and another stage break at lap number 80. This time by, we see lap 29 go up on the board, so about 7 laps left here in stage number 1 before we start to hand out some of these stage points and bonus point for our playoffs here this evening. So it's going to be a run to the very end here. Did Wood time it perfectly? Did he make sure he had enough car to chase down this 88 in the closing laps of stage number 1 to try to put the pressure onto his back bumper, see if he can make a mistake, and see if he can get himself to the front of the field? They're hunting him down now in a quick hurry as they are right there towards his back bumper. Only a couple car lengths off is Matthew Wood in position number 2. Going to be looking for the race lead here in a quick hurry, and if they don't settle things out in a quick hurry there at the front of the field, they're going to have their hands full as here comes Grant Applegate. Applegate now into third. He's right here with them, the Red Bull Racing number 57 ride. He's reeling both those drivers in front of him, so I'm going to wait and see if they can find their way around the 88 machine, or if the 57 can maybe steal second away here from Matthew Wood. Gets a great run down the front straightaway, reels in the back bumper of that 16 machine. So Grant Applegate is coming in a quick hurry. As Noah Blackwell trying to hang on to position number 4. Jordan Hand there in 5th. Thomas Horvath in position number 6 with Ryan Rose, Danny White, Jonathan Gaston, and Ben Gleason rounding out our top 10 here on the Speedway. Ryan Underwood, Farrell Robbins, Benjamin Romano, Nathan Brookover, and Aiden Lucas rounding out our top 15 here on the Speedway. And we see Dallas Seward and Landon Burbage battling here for the 16th and 17th spot. Kevin Wanker, Ryan Haller, Jaden Porter, our top 20 out there on the Speedway. Chris Kent in 21st with Jordan Kreider there in 22nd. And we see Josh Kreider down pit side here. Doesn't look like any damage, but maybe a little bit of a pit strategy here for this number 5 ride. Now, I'm not sure what the strategy is going to be as he's trying to stay on the lead lap, but I do believe he is going to go a lap down no matter what here, so he's just trying to stay a lap down, maybe stay in the free pass position, but he's got to keep these drivers back here behind him here, as here comes our race leaders, the 88, the 16, here comes the 57, we're 3 wide here at the front of the field, 4 wide there for a split second, as the 5 rider Kreider down low. Unfortunate break there for Dylan Carriers, he's going to slide back to third, as Applegate and Wood battle door to door for position number 1 here on the Speedway. Not a great run down the front stretch for the 57 right. Oh, baby, a little contact right there between the 57 and the 88. They settle things out. They keep on rolling. Here comes that 5 rider. Grinder right there is now up and into the fence ever so slightly is the 57. That will allow Matthew Wood to open up quite a bit of an advantage here between himself and that 57. 57 ride. Now the 5 machine, he's trying to hunt him down, trying to figure out a way to get up here and around this 16 on the final lap here of stage number 1. And stage number 1 will come to a close here at the end of 35 laps. Can Matthew Wood pick up another stage win? Can he keep this 5 right back there behind him? The 5 has the better pressure. Tire fuel work down low. Make that hard left-hand turn underneath of him and take that run down the back straightaway. So the newer tire is going to prevail here for the 5 ride as he gets a lap back here on the evening. But down through 3 and out at corner number 4, the 16 of Matthew Wood is going to pick up stage win number 1 on the evening. So stage win number 1 going to go to that number 16 machine here this evening. It is Matthew Wood picking up the stage win. Now we have a few playoff drivers, playoff hopefuls here inside the top 5 and top 10 here this evening is Applegate. There in second, Jordan Hand ends up in third. Noah Blackwell back there in fourth with Dylan Carrier back in fifth. Then we see Thomas Horvath, Ryan Rose, Danny White, Jonathan Gaston, Ben Gleason, our top 10 out there on the speedway. All going to earn some playoff points here this evening. So we'll get ready to stack them up. We'll get ready to rack them up. And we'll have to wait and see who's going to be able to try to pick up stage win number 2 here this evening. And stage number 2 about to get underway as we'll get ready to pull our stage 1 winner up here into the broadcast booth. There he is. Hey Matthew, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Hello.
Matthew, man, a good run here in stage number 1 as you're able to work yourself up here to the front of the field and snag this, first stage win away from Dylan Carrier late in this race. But a great tight battle there between yourself, the 57 of Applegate, and the 88 machine for this stage win late in the first stage here this evening, man. Take us back through it. Take us back through the moves you had to make here in this opening frame to try to work yourself to the front of the field.
Give me 1 second. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I had to come from 9th. I thought I was going to have more grip on the qualifying run, and well, the grip was not gripping. Slid through turn 1, hit the apron in turn 4. Not ideal. I hope I made it in. Okay, we're good. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I actually ran out of fuel in pit road just now, so saved at the beginning, and Noah and Dylan kind of wasted their tires a little bit, I think. I don't know. Stage 2 is going to be interesting. Not going to make it on fuel, I don't think. I mean, some people may try it. I don't think it's worth it. Hello, back of the pack. But yeah, car felt good. I think the main problem for a lot of people is just they can't get it turned in 3 and 4. This car, like I've mentioned whenever the last time I had an interview was, that this car is notorious for bottoming out now, and it's terrible. So, got the new TV.
Yeah, we see that cool. Nice TV up there in the background, and looking good, looking awesome there in the.
That was the one that was right here. That was just next to me.
Oh, nice.
Just hung it up.
Hell yeah. But it's looking good up there, brother. Everything's looking fun out there on the speedway, and so far the 16 ride looks hooked up. And now take us through this, and you got a battle out there on the racetrack with a lot of these other drivers out there on the speedway. You got to try to battle with, drivers that are looking for stage points and bonus points towards the playoffs, like yourself, or maybe another win for those bonus points as well. But how do you kind of race around these guys that are battling for the points, or around some of these drivers that are do or die here this evening? They gotta pick up a win to get into the playoffs. How do you race against these other competitors?
Well, in my opinion, I think I gotta race them kind of how I would normally race them, but with a lot more respect. I'm not gonna race them very hard. If they're faster than me, and I realize that they're faster than me, I'll probably let them go. Because I've already won the regular season championship. I'm good. But, a lot of these guys, their season's on the line, so I know how it feels. I wouldn't want anybody ruining my race, but yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. I'll keep up with it throughout the race. But yeah, I won't race him hard, basically.
Yeah, definitely not a bad idea. You don't want to not only ruin a decent night for yourself, but you don't want to ruin, somebody's opportunity here to, advance position or advance their possibility of getting into the playoffs and making a contact or anything else, racing hard together, and ruining somebody's night or their playoff hopes is definitely not what you want to do here. But man, you've been looking fast, looking good here. You could be that spoiler to pick up another win and put yourself into victory lane where it comes down 2 points and have none of these, win in your in drivers kind of spoil the party for some more of those playoff hopes here this year.
Yeah, it'll definitely be fun. I just turned a tornado on up there because I'm the weatherman. So I just like it. I study meteorology, so I like it.
Yeah. Hi, Matthew. Well, good luck out there. Congratulations on the first stage win here this evening. Hopefully we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth before the end of the night.
All right, thank you.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our Stage 1 winner, Matthew Wood. Wood picking up that stage win here in stage number 1. Now we got a big long run until we see the end of stage number 2. Stage number 2 will come at the completion of lap number 80. And talking about completions, my boy Colorado Avalanche fan coming in, showing the love here, and this one says 96. 960. What in the world are we talking about? I thought that was 69. That was my dyslexia coming out right there. I thought it was 69, but it's 960. Is this just a 69 upside down? I don't know. Maybe, potentially. Because here you go. Back to green flag racing out here on the speedway. And quickly, Grant Applegate going to jump up here and put himself at the front of the field. So Applegate's going to jump up. He's going to lead a lap, but contact back there behind him. Contact, and it looked like one of our playoff hopefuls, the 72 and the 42 going to come together. Jonathan Gaston, Kevin Winker turned around there on the front straightaway, and we are back to the caution flag. So the caution flag going to come back out here. Cautions breeding cautions. Look at this, 3 drivers all right here together, looking to try to work themselves either into victory lane or in on points here for our playoffs. And unfortunately, things get tight here at a corner number 4. And I'm not sure if the 72 kind of comes up right there, if the 38 comes down, but looks like the 72 going to get hooked around, comes up the racetrack, hooks the 42 of Kevin Winker. That's what gets Winker turned around here as well. Both drivers going to get a little piece of contact there with the outside fence, but looked like too much damage for either driver, so that's at least a good note right there. But we'll take another look at this one and really see what happened between the 38 and the 72 right here. Let's see if we can get another angle at it right there. Let's take a look here and see what happens. 72 definitely coming up. Maybe a little net code right there as well, unfortunately, as he's coming up over the nose of the 38 ride. That's where he ends up collecting that 42 of Kevin Winker. Winker just nowhere to go. Wrong place, wrong time. Unfortunately, gets collected in this one. Pancakes that outside fence, and Gaston getting nosed in there pretty good as well. But both drivers able to keep on rolling here on the speedway once their cars finally come to a stop, and they got to put these cars into first gear and start rolling again on the speedway as we'll get them all stacked up. We'll get them ranked up and ready to go back to green flag racing. See if we can jump on board here with the number 72 and see what he can see here from the cockpit of his ride. Out of the corner, unfortunately, there's contact right there. Maybe a little neck code, maybe just a little 3 wide racing here at Chicagoland Speedway. And unfortunately, Kevin Winker, I think Winker is going to get the worst end of this one. Winker up here on this high lane, man. He kind of doesn't have too much of an idea that they're 3 wide. Can kind of see some 3-car battle here. And rolling the outside fence, gets hooked, turned around. That's tough, right? Nothing you can do there except for hang on, hold on, and try to just kind of keep your car out of the fence there. Unfortunately, he does get a little contact there. Both down pit side, but both rolling back out onto the racetrack as more drivers head down pit side here. This could be a big play. This could be what drivers needed to make it to the end here in their fuel mileage game. As tires, you got to be careful. You got to be mindful on how many tire sets you're using or anything else out there on the speedway. But with this being lap number 44 here on the evening, to get to that lap number 50, or lap number 80. Is another 35 lap run. So really this is about the same length as our first stage. If they can save a little bit of fuel here during these next couple laps before we go back to green flag racing, it could be enough for them to get to the finish line without having to come back down pit side, where some of the drivers that are up and at the front of the field, they did not just come down pit side, so they could potentially be running out of fuel here. I'm not sure if they're going to make it or not, but we'll have to wait and see and find out. It's Ryan Haller now going to be scored as our race leader, with Benjamin Romano back there behind him in the Exalta 24. Dylan Carrier there in third, with Ryan Rose and Thomas Horvath rounding out our top 5 here on the Speedway. Applegate, Blackwell, Matthew Wood, Jaden Porter, and Brian Underwood, our top 10 here on the Speedway, as we'll get ready to go back to green flag racing. Here you go, some more of these drivers making another trip down pit side, making sure that their tanks are completely full out there on the Speedway. Is Aiden Lucas, Josh Kreider, Jordan Hand, Jonathan Gaston, the number 5 of Josh Kreider, the 66 of Gleason, Jordan Kreider, Nathan Brookover, and Chris Getz all back down pit road here in those last second pit stops, and trying to make sure these cars are absolutely filled on fuel. As Colorado fan says, I'm so drunk that made me happy. I love that we can make you happy, brother. Love that we can make you happy. Listen, we should be, Brad, we're going to be waking up early tomorrow morning. And by early, I mean like 8 or 9 o'clock. We're going to breakfast, brother. Tomorrow, Denny's free breakfast for my birthday, ladies and gentlemen. You guys didn't know, tomorrow is my birthday. The Dirty 30 tomorrow for me, October 13th. We turn 30 years old up here in the booth. My God. 30 years old. I'm an old guy now. Oh gosh, I'm an old guy. I'm gonna start turning gray here shortly, as we're gonna get ready to turn these drivers back to green flag racing here on the Speedway. As Ryan Haller out in front down through the Geico restart zone gets a great launch here in the 99 machine, trying to work himself to clear the 24. Benjamin Romano up the racetrack. Here comes Dylan Carrier. Dylan is inside. Carrier down low looking for position number 2. Here in this one, it's the 99 ride out in front, leading the way. As Holla make you swallow. What? Holla. Oh gosh, Brad. Colorado fan is lit. He was at a wedding earlier, and he is probably pretty roped right now. As Ryan Haller out in front of the field. It's Haller. He makes it Collar here this evening, as Haller out in front. Dylan Carrier there in second. Benjamin Romano there in third. Ryan Rose in position number 4 and looking for more out there on the Speedway. And look at the gang of cars back here battling just outside our top 5 here on the Speedway. See Horvath, on Blackwell, Underwood, Burbage, Porter, all in here battling, trying to work themselves closer and closer to the front of the field, as our 5th place driver trying to separate himself from that battle here, trying to open up a little bit of a gap and try to chase down this 78 ride of Ryan Rose right there in front of him. But they're 2 green line back here behind our top 5 on the Speedway. Some great racing action here this evening from the beautiful Chicagoland Speedway. And if you guys are just tuning in, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button, as out here these drivers are giving everything they got. They are not backing down. They are making sure that they get every single run they can. They're trying to find all the open racetrack, all the grip, and all the speed that they can. As, oh, there's the 2 ride. He lost the grip on the bottom side of the Speedway, shoots up the racetrack doors. That 6 machine of Brian Underwood. Luckily enough, both drivers able to keep themselves pointed the right direction, but you see that lots of momentum for the 2 machine of Landon Burbage. That sends him all the way back now to the 13th position. He's at risk of losing more here. And Aiden Lucas right there on his back bumper. The 1 ride of Jordan Hand there as well, looking to try to put himself in here as well. As Colorado fan says, I'm drunk, I'm sorry. Can't text. I'll stop. Hey, brother, it's all good. It's all good. You do you. You do you. I don't care. You do you. I don't care. Oh, brother, you keep that comment section rolling, flowing. I love it. I love it. Love to see it. And you guys want, ask Colorado Avalanche fans some questions up in the chat. See what his knowledge on racing, hockey, baseball, see what it is. If you got a skill question right now, this is the time to ask Colorado Avalanche fan, some good questions here in the comment section. See if he can answer them or not. I don't know. He may have to use Google for some of them, but no cheating, Colorado Avalanche fan. As so drunk. Oh gosh. What's your social security number here? No, I'm just kidding. Want a shot? No, I am good, brother. Colorado Avalanche fan, I turn 30 tomorrow, okay? I'm not doing shots, okay? I'm an old man. I don't drink alcohol anymore, okay? I gotta go to church tomorrow morning and then go get pancakes from Denny's. That's it. That's my day. That's my day tomorrow, okay? As Ryan Haller out in front of the field, continue to lead the way. Dylan Carrier there in second. Ryan Rose in position number 3 with Grant Applegate, Thomas Horvath on top 5 Kiroma Speedway. Horvath now trying to get chased down here as the number 9 Noah Blackwell here in position number 6. Benjamin Romano there in 7. Brian Underwood there in 8. Matthew Wood and Danny White rounding out our top 10. There you see Kevin Winker was just unfortunately caught in that last caution, playing the 42 in the 72 going around it. Kevin Winker trying to battle back in towards the top 10 here. Fortunately, just gave up a spot to Jordan Hand. His hand works himself down low and around that 42, but a big block right there. Hand and Winker, they're two drivers that I do believe are tied in our point standings coming into this evening. And both of these competitors are looking to try to put themselves into a position to advance and work their way into our playoffs. They are both currently 5 points back of some of our other playoff drivers. Now, Hand was able to earn himself some stage points here, where Aiden Lucas didn't get any stage points. I do believe Jonathan Gaston did get a couple. So I do believe Aiden Lucas and this number 1 ride are actually tied in points. But now with Jordan Hand starting to work himself up into the field, looking for some more stage points here. Aiden Lucas a little farther back. Kevin Winker there as well, trying to earn him some of those points, trying to work himself closer into our possibility, into the realm of being able to work himself into a playoff spot here. But Ryan Haller at the front of the field here. I do believe Haller is one of those drivers that unfortunately is not currently in the playoffs. So if Haller can pick up the win, if he can keep this 99 ride at the front of the field, if he can hold off all these other fast cats back there behind him, Haller could be one of those drivers to jump up and snag one of the final playoff spots here this evening by jumping up here, getting this win and punching his ticket into our premium Stunt Car Racing League playoffs here this evening. We'll have to wait and see what he can do and what he's got to do to get this 99 ride into the playoffs here this evening. And he's doing the best he can, man. Out in front, he did some laps, having this clean air, fresh air on the front of this 99 ride. It's looking very good, very racy here at the front of the field, as Brad says, I'll put it on top of the stairs. Brother, I am not doing a shot. Not at all. That's a hard no. I will pass out. I am so tired. I did not sleep last night. I worked all day today. Then had to go to my parents' house for Thanksgiving dinner and everything else. And I turned 30 here in an hour and 20 minutes. So, or hour and 40 minutes. So I'm out, brother. No shots for me. I'll be out like a lion. I'll be napping up here. You guys will hear me snoring here in the comment section, and you guys do not want to hear that. You guys do not want to hear that. As Colorado fan says, amen, God's blood. Oh gosh. Yes, Sirski, as Ryan Haller out in front, trying to hold on to this race lead. We were talking about him trying to have to hold off some of these other fast cats back there behind him. Dylan Carrier, we saw early in that first stage, able to jump out in front, lead a lot of laps, and then that car started to fall off late in the run. Now he's kind of laid back a little bit here. He's slowly but surely reeled in this 99, but doesn't look like he's been too hard on his equipment so far. So maybe Dylan Carrier learning out there on the speedway what he can and can't do here late in this race, or how he's going to be able to take care of these tires and keep this car in a better racing line here this evening. As Colorado Avalanche fan, listen, Brad, if you're watching the Flyers game right now, give me some updates. Give me some updates. Let me know what's going on. Let me know when Mishkov scores, okay? We want to know what my Flyers are doing. Okay, we want to make sure our Flyers are winning right now, okay? We picked up a big win in the shootout yesterday. As Colorado fan says, it's just going to collect dust. It's just going to collect dust, brother. I am not taking the shot. No shot. No shot. No shot at all, brother. It's going to collect dust, that's for certain. It's going to become a gummy bear or a yellow bear, something sitting there overnight or over a couple nights until one of us decides to throw it out. As out in front, Dylan Carrier is able to take that read. You do see the 78 Ryan Rose jump up into position number 2 here on the racetrack, as Ryan Haller there in position number 3 now. Brandon Applegate back there in 4th. Matthew Wood rounding out our top 5 as Noah Blackwell sitting there in position number 6. Brian Underwood there in 7th with Jordan Hand. Now back up inside the top 8 of the speedway. Thomas Horvath there in 9th, and Danny White rounding out our top 10 here on the speedway. Benjamin Romano, Aiden Lucas, sorry Chad, excuse me, Ben Gleason and Kevin Winker, our top 14 here on the speedway. Landon Burbage there in the 15th spot with Nathan Brookover, Farrell Robbins, Jaden Porter, Jonathan Gaston, Josh Kreider, Chris Getz, Jordan Kreider, and the number 38 of Dallas Stewart bringing up the rear of the field here in this one. Let's see if we can get a look in here. Noah Blackwell is the number 9 Ryan trying to hang on to position number 6 here on the speedway. It's the 6th Ryan of Brian Underwood trying to put himself into that 6th position. They battle door to door out there on the speedway. Let's see if we can get a look in here on Noah Blackwell there on the speedway. Blackwell unfortunately going to slide back to that 7th spot, but they're starting to hunt down that number 99 Ryan Haller. Haller starting to get chased down here or passed by a lot of these drivers. Unfortunately, this may take him into the field that he was hoping for as early in this run. Definitely hard on the equipment, pushing it very, very hard. Able to open up a pretty good lead, but unfortunately, maybe using up those tires, using up the equipment a little bit too soon. For Ryan Haller, he slides back now into position number 6 on the speedway. Heartbreaker right there for the number 99 is definitely going to give him a taste here of the race lead. Definitely going to give him a taste of what could happen if he picks up the win here this evening and punches ticket into the A-main or into our playoffs here this evening. So for the 99 ride, being able to jump up there and make some moves and be able to lead some laps, maybe build some of that confidence or give him an idea of what he needs to do strategy-wise late in this race to put himself into a position to pick up the checkered flag. It's going to be interesting to see, as Colorado fan says, 0-0, 0-0, okay. It's going to be interesting to see what we can do. We played very good. My Flyers played very good last night versus Vancouver, and Vancouver's a good team. So it's going to be pretty interesting. As I just queued to take 2 shots. Cuts, you said no. You just had to take 2 shots because I said no. I gotcha. I read junk chat. Okay. I can read what Colorado Avalanche fans saying in there. We've got a few drinks into them, and that's A-okay, brother. We don't discriminate here, as we got our beautiful Trump hat on. We support everybody here in this community, and if you want to be a little bit drink, we got to. I understood it. It's Dylan Carrier out in front. Look at the 78 Ryan slideways through the middle of the corner. Slideways there for the 78. As Ryan Rose able to hang on to it, able to keep that car rolling out there on the speedway. But look who's slowly but surely working himself back to the front of the field. It's Matthew Wood there in that third position, trying to make another late race charge here towards the front of the field, looking to try to pick up potentially another stage win. Here this evening is lap number 69 up and onto the board. The 69 here this evening up and on the board is out in front. Dylan Carrier again looking for another stage win, here in this series, but unfortunately for the 88 ride, he's got a lot of fast cats coming in a quick hurry once again here behind him. We saw this at the end of stage number 1. The 88 was able to hold them off until about 5 laps to go before that stage ended, and all of a sudden 16 right to 57. A lot of these drivers were able to just cruise control right on around the 88, and here you go again. This time with about 10 laps left here in the stage. The 16 right of Matthew Wood right there on the back bumper of our race leader. Dylan Carrier trying to keep him back there at bay, trying to stay in this lead, and he'll lead another lap. His lap 71 up onto the board here, and we get closer and closer to the end of this stage. Matthew Wood around the outside. We'll see if he can get the run that he's looking for to take this race lead back away, and he is going to get that done. So back out in front is the Racers for Christ, number 16, Matthew Wood. Now at the front of the field here again, leading the way as here comes Grant Applegate. Applegate not too far back there again. Applegate looking for some more moves, trying to work himself back up here into position number 2 as we do see Ryan Rose head down pit side. So now this is a little bit of a different pit strategy here, potentially going to go a lap down, but we'll have to wait and see if the 78 ride can stay on the lead lap. If he can't stay on the lead lap and get back out there onto the racetrack and have those fresh tires when everyone else comes down pit side at the end of the stage, he'll have a little bit better tire than him, but he could have all that track position to put himself into the race lead. But as we talk about it, there you go, down the front straightaway, down across pit exit. The 16 ride will put that number 78 ride a lap down. So Ryan Rose is the first driver and the only driver right now that is a lap down. So luckily enough, he's in that free pass position. So he'll get wait around the pace car back onto the lead lap here when that caution flag flies, unless if somebody else goes a lap down. But there's a pretty decent gap now between the 38 machine of Dallas Stewart, who's running in the 22nd position, and our race leader Matthew Wood. So Wood is still quite a few miles, or well, car lengths behind that number 38 ride, and unfortunately for everybody else here, we're not going to see any more drivers here in the stage really go a lap down, biting. They don't come down pit road or anything else. As now we do see Ryan Haller making that call as well. Haller takes his ride down pit road, so a tough break here for the 99 right after that great run. He'll have to see if he can beat Ryan Rose back out onto the speedways. He's still down pit side. That car worked on. Here we go. He's finally going to roll out, but unfortunately he is a lap down in that battle. You do see the 78 ride go on by, and Ryan Haller just rolling back out onto the racetrack here. So Ryan Rose is in that free pass position. Ryan Haller is going to probably have to look for the wave around here this evening to try to get himself back on the lead lap, and that's if everyone, which I'm assuming everyone else in front of these two, will have to come down pit side. But we do see more drivers making that strategy call. Here comes Dylan Carrier. Carrier gonna make that call to come down pit side. The 88 Phoenix Esports NJB Designs number 88 ride also comes down pit road here as Matthew Wood down the back straightaway has Grant Applegate right there on his back bumper. Only about 5 more laps left to go here in this one as Colorado fan says, I'm sorry, just at a wedding and now home for God's time. God's time, yes, Sirski. Get ready to pray, brother, as I think there's a lot of drivers that are praying for a miracle here this evening. Looking for the miracle here at Chicagoland. Tonight is Ohana Cats back here deeper in our playoffs, looking for the potential playoff win and the big win here to put themselves into the playoffs. Farrell Robbins, one of those drivers. Benjamin Romano, one of those drivers. Ben Gleason, potentially going to be one of those drivers that has to be in a winning car here tonight has to pick up a win to potentially earn his ticket into the playoffs here this evening. We'll have to wait and see how all the points shape up as Ben Gleason right there in position number 7 has Underwood now going to go a little bit behind these guys, slow down through 1 and 2 to a 6 machine as the one of Jordan Hand will cruise around him. Ben Gleason there as well as Aiden Lucas as Lucas goes there in position number 7. Underwood back to 8th as Farrell Robbins. Larry Burbank round out our top 10 here on the Speedway. Excuse me, Jack. We got back. Woo! As Matthew Wood out in front, continuing to hold down the fort here with the 57 rider Grant Applegate putting the pressure here on the back bumper of the 16 Applegate. The Red Bull Racing number 57 down low, looking for a big run, looking for a drive to slide up here, maybe clear. That 16 of Matthew Wood unfortunately could not clear him, but they stay door to door. Here comes the 78 trying to work himself back onto the lead lap. Here in this one, he's going to cruise right by our race leaders, and that will put him back onto the lead lap. So that was a heck of a drive right there, and that really shows you the difference here between the tires, fresh tires compared to the old tires. Now the 78 does have about 3-4 laps on those tires, but you can really see that difference here on how quick that car is rolling on and around our race leaders. His last time around, Ryan Rose ran a 31-41 out there on the speedway. Our race leaders are running 32, 33 second laps out there on the speedway. So about a second and a half, 2 seconds, maybe even 3 seconds of time lost out there on the speedways. We do see that caution flag fly. Is stage number 2 going to come to a close? Stage number 2 going to come to an end here as Matthew Wood going to pick up another stage win. Applegate there in second, Noah Blackwell there in third, Danny White, Jordan Hand there in our top 5, Aiden Lucas back there in 6, Ben Gleason, Landon Burpage, Jaden Porter, Farrell Robbins, our top 10 here on the speedway. As drivers are going to get ready to go back down pit side. They're going to get ready to pit here at Chicagoland Speedway. We'll have to wait and see how it all plays out, who will line up where, as we'll get ready here for our final stage of racing here this evening. Our final stage going to come right at you here. I don't know what the official standings would be after these stage breaks. We'll have to wait until the end of the race to get the official word on who will work themselves into the playoffs here this evening. As Wood, Applegate 1 and 2 here in stage number 2. Jordan Hand coming home in position number 3 with Aiden Lucas, Ben Gleason, a lot of these other drivers up here looking for those points, trying to work themselves into our playoffs here this year. As we'll get ready to take them all down pit side, we'll get ready to get going here once again and go back to Green Flag Racing. I'm going to get a quick break into here, and then we'll be back to Green Flag here in just a few more moments.
Engines roar like a beast, cheering crowd can't sit still. Rubber burns on concrete, fight for glory, thrill to kill. To the finish line we drive, screeching wheels we come alive. Speed demons through the night, racing with all our might. Fuel gauge dancing low, sweat drips count down slow. Wind cutting faces now, victory our solemn vow. To the finish line we drive, screeching wheels we come alive. Speed demons through the night, racing with all our might. With all our might. Fuel gauge dancing low, sweat drips countdown slow. Wind cutting faces now, victory our solemn vow. To the finish line we drive, screeching wheels we come alive. Speak demons through the night, racing with all our might. Adrenaline rush we crave, pushing past edges brave. Life in fast lane feeding fire, tracks our only true desire. Helmet on focused eyes, crowds roar reaches skies. Pit stop seconds to spare, in this war no place for care. To the finish line we drive, screeching wheels we come alive. Speed demons through the night, racing with all our might. To the finish line we drive, screeching wheels we come alive. Speed demons through the night, racing with all our might.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing, and we're going to jump right on board with our third place driver, the 77 Aiden Lucas. Lucas, one of these drivers looking to punch his ticket into our premium stunt car racing playoffs here this evening, as we're going to crank it up at stage number 2, about to get underway. Our final stage here on the evening, actually stage number 3, sorry, is about to get underway as we crank it up here for the last time in the regular season with the Premium Stunt Car Racing League, as we crank it up here at Chicagoland Speedway. Caution flag is going to fly. So our crank it up caution flag going to come out here as cautions breeding cautions here at Chicagoland Speedway. And we see a few drivers coming together deeper in the field. I do believe it starts with the number 6 rider, Brian Underwood. Looks like Underwood in the 69, the 38 here, all going to get together, and that will bring out our caution flag. So right there, Jordan Kreiner. Oh, big hit right there as well for Horvath. You see the 38 going sliding through the front straightaway. Heavy hits there for the 6 of Brian Underwood. Let's see if we can get a look here at Dallas Stewart. Stewart goes for a wild ride here in the 38, and he just bounces into the 69, helping him go around. Heavy contact there as well for the 69 into the outside fence here. A couple of tore up race cars down the front straightaway. Now let's take another look at it here from Jordan Kreider's perspective, as Kreider kind of right here in the middle. Now I'm not sure if this was net code or if one of them comes up, one of them comes down. Looks like the 6 right kind of coming up there a little bit. And 69 just kind of holding his line right there through the middle portion of the racetrack. Unfortunately, they come together. Around goes the 6 over the nose of the 69. Nowhere to go for the 38. Nowhere to go for the 54, as Horvath gets some pretty good damage there as well. And here goes the 69 hard into that outside fence. A tough break right there for him. Let's see if we can jump back here and jump right on board into the cockpit here of this 69 ride. The contact's made right there. As soon as that gas is on, brings the graphics right around, and then you see that 69 getting turned, hit by the 54, and heavy contact up and into the outside fence, and that one's gonna be a hard pill to swallow here this evening for the 69 ride. Definitely gonna be a hard pill here this evening for Jordan Kreider, as that one's definitely gonna get that one's gonna make you have a stiff throat if it doesn't go in the right way. Here's the Viagra number 69 rubbered up Productions machine. Unfortunately, heavy damage enough to come down pit side multiple times here to get this car repaired and back into racing condition out there on the speedway, as we'll get them stacked up, racked up, ready to go back to Green Flag Racing here this evening. As the green flag we come back out here in just a few more moments. Drivers may take this opportunity here to come down pit road, maybe get a little extra splash of gas, maybe get some work done to their rides. We do see a few of them coming down pit road here, a few of them looking to get some repairs done to their rides, including Underwood, Chris Getz in the 87. We do see the 42 of Kevin Winker down pit road here as well. We see a few of these other drivers coming back down pit side as well, as we'll get them ready to rock and roll, ready to go back to battle, as Matthew Wood out in front of the field looking to try to hang on to this race lead, and right there behind him is that 77 of Aiden Lucas. Now Lucas hasn't been really up here at the front of the field here for most of this race. He was able to make some ground up there before the end of stage number 2. At least earned himself some stage points, but I think for him, he's going to have to try and beat this one run. If neither the 1 or the number 77 win, I do believe with stage points, their battle is going to be very, very close here between the 77 and the 1 machine for what could be the final 2 transfer positions into our playoffs here this evening, or it could potentially come down to a 1-point race here between one of those competitors lined up on the outside lane, as a few of these other cats back here trying to work themselves up towards the front of the field, looking to maybe put themselves into the winner's circle and sealing a race win as well. You see the 74 rider, Jaden Porter, Ben Gleason, a few of these guys that are looking for a win to get their way into the playoffs here. Brooke over in the 8, another one of those drivers looking for the win to advance. Jonathan Gaston trying to rebound from his early race incident here. He would love to pick up a win, or at least finish in front of a few more of these playoff hopefuls here this evening to try to better his opportunity at picking up that one of the final transfer spots here into our playoffs here with the Premium Stock Car Racing League. So we will get them stacked up, racked up, we're ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. Out in front, Matthew Wood going to lead the way as we're going to jump back into our Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up. It's down in at corner number 4. The pace car going to make the hard left-hand turn back down pit road. And we're going to go back to Green Flag Racing. It's down through the Geico restart zone. We will go back to Green Flag Racing here this evening from Chicagoland Speedway, and we'll go back to our Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up. to heat up as here comes that one ride of Mr. Jordan Hand. Hand looking to jump up here and try to take this race lead away from the 2 ride of Landon Burbage. Burbage there in the race lead in the HendrickCars.com number 2 machine, but that Scooby-Doo Optic Texas number 1 of Jordan Hand looking to try to pick up the checkered flag here this evening. As Hand there in second, one of those drivers trying to punch his ticket into our Premium Stock Car Racing League playoffs here this evening. Hand finds himself there in that second spot, needing one more position to definitely make sure he locks his way into the playoffs here this evening. As the 2 ride out in front, he's also looking for his first win of the season. He's been snake bitten all season long. Unfortunately, has not been able to bring this 2 ride home in the winner's circle, but a lot of podium finishes. I do believe he's one of those drivers locked in on points here this evening for that 2 ride of Landon Burbage. There's Jordan Hand, Noah Blackwell right there behind him. Blackwell, another one of these cats looking to try to work himself into the show, looking to try and get as many points and put himself in position to maybe snag a win and put himself into the winner's circle and lock himself into our playoffs here this evening. As the pair of Scooby-Doo rides rolling out there on the speedway, the M&M's 88 machine 3 NJB Designs rides all right there together. Another one at the front of the field as well, so they're kind of all working together here. The one car that's the odd man out here in the top 5 is Gray Applegate. In the Red Bull Racing number 57 ride, trying to use a little bit of a different line, trying to find some more big runs here, and he's gonna get one as he jumps down to the inside of the 88 of Dylan Carrier. Gonna try to battle back here on the outside groove of the 57, but Grant Applegate gonna be able to slide up in front of him, but Applegate gets up into the wall. That's gonna scrub a little speed off here. Can Carrier find that run that he needs to maybe jump up here and take position number 4 back away from the 57? Can't quite get there as now you see that 1 ride of Jordan Hand working to the outside here of Landon Burbage. Burbage trying to hang on to the top spot, but he will give it up as the number 1 of Jordan Hand jumps out in front. The 2 ride says, I'm not done yet, as they start to roll into some lap traffic here. Unfortunately for Dallas Seward is going to go a lap down right here, as our race leaders are going to just pounce on the opportunity, put him a lap down, and that is a tough break for one of our drivers that are do or die here this evening. Unfortunately, cannot make it in through the points. He needs a win here for Dallas Seward. Seward needs to find a way into victory lane to give himself that opportunity to race for a championship here this year. And unfortunately for Dallas, he finds himself now down a lap. This is really going to hurt his odds and his chances as he's rolling out here, just, single-handed. He's thinking tough here. He's trying to think maybe strategy or what he may need to do to get a lap back or to put himself into position here. As Dallas, he's doing the thinking man there in the stream here in the webcam. He's thinking hard. He's trying to figure out what he has to do, what the game plan is here for that 38 ride, and potentially seeing his opportunity to make the playoffs run away in front of him here with all these drivers putting him a lap down, locking him back here, and they may be reeling in on some more lap traffic here in just a little bit, as we'll get a good look in here. As a shout out there to Dallas Seward having the driver cam again turned on for us. A huge shout out to all of our drivers. We'll get a good look here at all of their webcams here. All the drivers that were nice enough to hop in. You see Josh Kreider, Landon Burbage, Jaden Porter, Matthew Wood, Mr. Ben Gleason, Dylan Carrier, and everyone else that's in here, man, having their webcams turned on for us, allowing us to get a cool perspective here into their cockpits, into their living rooms, their gaming rooms, into what they kind of surround themselves in and build up their momentum or their surroundings here to try to give them more of that racing field to really help lock them into the scene here on racing. And see a lot of these guys with some pretty cool setups, a lot of racing memorabilia, body panels, everything else all around them here. Unfortunately for one of them, Dallas Seward, not having the day he was over for. He's going to let a lot more cars go by right there. way off the throttle here, way off the pace, and unfortunately, definitely making this a tough one for a lot of these drivers trying to get by him. Also, definitely a tough day at the speedway for the 38. He's back here in the, I do believe he is in the very last position on the speedway, back in 23rd. I do believe he's the only driver right now a lap down out there on the racetrack, so a tough break for Dallas Seaward out there on the speedway. Another driver that's back here in the 22nd position, now down a lap as well, is Ryan Haller. Haller in the 99 finds himself a lap down as well. Jordan Grinder, the next driver to potentially go a lap down out there on the speedway, as Grant Applegate was able to jump up and take this race lead away from Jordan Hand. So Hand back to position number 2. Applegate in the Red Bull Racing number 57. Ryan will jump to the front of the field, and unfortunately here for Jordan Hand, his win and in ticket is starting to open up a bit of a lead right here in front of him. Hand may have to take this green flag pit stop and make it absolutely perfect, as this is going to be a big pit stop for a lot of these drivers. As the laps continue to click off, we saw the last group here, all these drivers down on the racetrack on lap number 81, 82. There's a few drivers that did come back down around lap 87 and 89, so they may be able to stay out there a little bit longer. And here you go. Jordan Hand going to come down pit lane. Here comes Noah Blackwell. Here comes Dylan Carrier as well, all coming down pit side as well. So what they're trying to do here, coming down a little bit earlier, maybe going to try and split the stage into 3, maybe try to run this last run out, and but having the fresher tires out here first could pay big dividends, could make up the gap or whatever that they need to try to leapfrog some of the drivers that are in front of them. With the fresher tires, they're going to be laying down crazy fast lap times compared to some of these other guys that are still out there, and that's going to bring a slew of other drivers down pit road here. So we do see Matthew Wood now headed down pit side, Landon Burbidge, Ben Gleason, Thomas Horvath, Danny White, Josh Kreider, Chris Getz, all coming down pit road this time around. But that one lap may be a big difference maker here this evening with the fresh tires. So we'll have to wait and see if that works out for those rides of Jordan Hand, Ryan Haller, Noah Blackwell, Dylan Carrier, making the early pit stops here to try to leapfrog a lot of these other drivers on the speedway. And now the big question is going to be is penalties down pit road. Does everyone make it in and out okay? As we do see Wood roll back out there, Jordan Hand going to steamroll around the outside of these guys. So Hand with a great pit stop here. We talked about how he had to have a picture perfect run here in this green flag pit stop, and it looks like Hand was able to get that done and able to put himself into a perfect position here in this feature event to maybe roll up front and maybe take some opportunities here. Definitely a different strategy, and you see that he's still a lap down here. Applegate has him locked a lap down, so if we see a caution flag, he could get the wave around, be on a little bit older tires than what these drivers on the lead lap have, but have to wait and see how this all plays out, as Applegate still yet to come down pit road, but as he rolls out here on the racetrack, he's running 32.41s, where the drivers with those fresh tires, they're running 31 seconds out there on the speedway, so they're gaining over a second a lap on this number 57 ride. If he doesn't come down pit road for 5, 10 laps, maybe 12 laps, who knows how long he stays out here, that could be very valuable seconds that he's giving up to these drivers. But he will have fresher tires than those drivers that have already came down pit side, but it looks like he's getting jacked up here. He's going to hit pit road right here. So Applegate coming down pit side, got to be very careful. No penalties. You get a penalty now at this stage of the race. I'm not sure if you make that back up. I'm not sure if you work yourself back on the lead lap here with a pit road penalty there on the speedway. As Nathan Brookover going to join him down pit road, as the 8 machine is another must-win driver, staying with Benjamin Romano and the 76 of Farrell Robbins as the World Oil 76 ride. They're currently scored in the 8th position, but as they are down pit side, Jordan Kreider going to roll around them, same with the one ride of Jordan Hand. So a pair of Jordans here in the 10th and 11th position, looking to put a few more drivers back there behind him as here comes Jaden Porter. Porter down pit side in the 74. So Applegate was one of those cats that came down pit side. Here he is starting to build up speed, starting to build up momentum once again. Jordan Hand already blasted by him in that one ride. So this is going to be very interesting. He has about 5 lap better tires, but let's see what the gap is between Applegate and the one machine of Jordan Hand, as they were 1 and 2 on the speedway before these green flag pits started to happen. We'll have to wait and see how this all plays out, how this all cycles through. We're still waiting for Brian Underwood to come down pit side. We're still waiting for Kevin Winker, Aiden Lucas to head down pit road. We do see Jonathan Gaston down there right now in that 72 ride. So our top 4 currently either on pit road or about to come down pit road as Jordan Hand rolls in position number 5 here, and this could be the battle at the front of the field. Him and Matthew Wood, nose and tail here on the speedway. This is the battle for the 5th position out there on the racetrack. Is Jordan Kreider back there behind him in the 69. Then we see Dylan Carrier there in the 88, rolling in 7th. The 9 ride of Noah Blackwell there behind him with Landon Burbage. And Cole Ganglegarth back here, the 98 of Ryan Rose, Grant Applegate, the 66 of Ben Gleason, the 54 of Thomas Horvath right there, all battling hard in here on the speedway. A little slide job right there from that 54 ride over the nose of the 66 and give Horvath that 13th spot here on the speedway. Underwood still yet to come down pit road, and he's making things spicy for a few of these drivers that are trying to use this pit strategy to their advantage. One of those being that 57 of Applegate, and Applegate right now really just has nowhere to go. The 6 right down low, the 78 up through the middle here, and it's kind of having this 57 ride boxed in right now, but here comes the 6 machine down pit side. So the 6 ride of Underwood takes his car down onto pit road here in this one, and that will allow Kevin Winker, who's been saving for quite a while. We saw it there, Joy R crank it up. He rolls into the corners, lifts at the clutch, and just cruise control down through majority of the corners here on entry, and then giving it some more power, can back up the speed through corners 2 and 4, and up the speed down the front straightaways, and then right back to pushing the clutch in, letting that car just coast around the speedway, trying to save as much fuel as possible here in this one. We'll have to wait and see how this works out for the 42. I do apologize there, Jan. I don't want to do that. No yawns. No yawns, chat. No yawns. As Winker leads the way here in this one. Winker Nation, get up and cheer on the 42 as the Neil Berger Custom Home Sonic Graphic Designs 42 ride roll in there at the front of the field, and what would be currently our hard charger as well of 19 positions. Started all the way back in 20th, now finds himself at the front of the field and trying to potentially play some strategy to put himself into the winner's circle. As Winker, Wood, Jordan ahead, our top 3 here on the speedway. I do apologize again. Man. This evening, we're sponsored, not actually sponsored. Wish I was sponsored by Monster Energy. Monster Rehab, the nice, refreshing, and energizing drink of choice here this evening at Peacemaker Gaming. Shout out to Monster Energy Drink and bringing us to life up here in the broadcast booth. Monster, you know what to do. Shoot me a message. Let's get hooked up. Let's go. Oh, that's good. That is good. That keeps us lubricated up here in the broadcast booth. And there we go. Our race leader, Kevin Winker, couldn't wait any longer. Had to take this 42 right down pit side. So Winker will relinquish this race lead back to Matthew Wood. So Wood back out in front. The Racers for Christ, number 16, will take this race lead away from Winker. He's got Jordan Hand right there behind him. A bit of a gap back to our third place driver, Dylan Carrier. Carrier is about 3 seconds back here in the 88 as the Phoenix Esports M&M's 88 ride rolling there in third. Then we see Grant Applegate in position number 4 and looking for more here in this 57 ride. Noah Blackwell there in 5th. Landon Burbage there in 6 with Thomas Horvath, Ryan Rose, Ben Gleason, and Danny White rounding out our top 10 here on the racetrack. So what does that mean for some of these other drivers that stayed out a little bit longer? Drivers like Kevin Winker, or some of these other cats out there, as well as we do now see Dallas Seward, lap down here. We also see Aiden Lucas a lap or multiple laps down as well, back in the 20th position. This is not the run that Aiden was hoping for here this evening, as he had a golden opportunity at the start of this evening to work himself into our Premium Stock Car Racing League playoffs here tonight, and I think this has been a little bit overwhelming for the 77 ride, as unfortunately did not really show up there in stage number 1. Did earn some stage points there in stage number 2, but he gave up stage points in front of him to some more of our playoff hopefuls here this evening. Now, I'm not sure if they are in position to completely leapfrog him, kick him out, as there's 3 spots up for grabs. He was one of those drivers that came into the night in the catbird seat, but after great performances early in this race and good stage points for, the 1 ride of Jordan and even the 9 ride of Noah Blackwell, and them still rolling at first in 6 out there on the speedway, is that enough for them to leapfrog number 77 and knock him out of a playoff position and move them into a playoff position? And we're still not done yet. Anything can happen out there on the speedway. A late race caution flag could see things get really mixed up here. Drivers that maybe potentially have a extra set of tires down behind pit wall. Other drivers that may have to come back down for fuel. That could really bust up the front of the field here. And then who knows what's going to happen with contact, caution flags, or anything else. Who may get collected, who may get into it, and who knows. We know Gaston said that he's not going to be scared to have to move somebody out of his way late in this race if it means a playoff spot or not. So these front bumpers, back bumpers, they may be used up before the end of the evening. We may see a little contact out there on the racetrack. We'll have to wait and see how it all plays out, as we're going to jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming Crank It Up here in this one. Another crank it up here quickly, as I'm going to get a quick another drink here as we're into that one. So we're going to get another Monster Energy drink for us here to keep us nice and hydrated, lubricated up here in the broadcast booth. So we're going to crank it up here one more time, and for the final time in the regular season of the Premium Stock Car Racing League here tonight. Give it up for all these drivers. A beautiful crank it up session. As out in front, it's Grant Applegate able to jump back up and take this race lead away. So Applegate out in front, battling here with Jordan Hand for the race lead late in this race, as we do see a couple more drivers back down pit side. It's Matthew Wood, Josh Kreider, both down pit side. Here comes Farrell Robbins as well in the 76. So drivers making another late race pit stop as the battle at the front of the field continues to rage on. The one ride, though, gonna make the hard left-hand turn. He's gonna come back down pit side. Here comes Jordan Hand. One of these drivers looking to take the couple, maybe the potential final playoff spot here this evening in the Optic Texas Auto Value #1 machine. The NJP Designs ride down pit side here. The Scooby-Doo machine into his pit box, ready to try to get some gas and go out here on the speedway. Looks like he is going to put a set of tires on as well as that car gets jacked up on the right-hand side. Does it get jacked up on the left? Yes, he does. Okay, so a fresh set of tires there for the one machine, as we do see Blackwell now down pit side as well. Another one of these playoff hopeful drivers. Looks like maybe just gas and go here for the 9 ride. That was a quick pit stop. So we do see Gaston down pit side, Danny White down pit road. A lot of these drivers coming down pit side late in this race, and one of them staying out here a little bit longer. That is the 57 of Grant Applegate, yet to come back down pit road. Stayed out a little longer than everybody the last time, but here he goes. This time not going to wait that long. He's going to come down pit side this time, as Dylan Carrier will take this race lead. So the M&M's Phoenix Esports ride does consume this race lead once again here this evening, as Top Crut coming in showing the love. What's good, Top? Top coming in showing the big love, says happy early birthday, Aaron. I appreciate that, coming in showing the big love here in this one, coming in showing the love here this evening, as yes, tomorrow we turn the big old dirty 30 tomorrow evening. Well, tomorrow, 45 minutes from now. Oh gosh, I'm turning 30. I'm turning 30, ladies and gentlemen. That is that's not good, man. That means we're getting old up here in the broadcast booth. I don't know if I like that or not. Getting old up here. As Nathan Brookover will take this race lead over as the 8 ride now out in front, as Dylan Carrier, Thomas Horvath, Brian Underwood, they make their trip down pit side, as out in front in what could be the race-winning move, coming down pit side a little bit earlier than everybody else, is this a number 16 ride of Matthew Wood. Wood out in front, but Kevin Winker currently there in the 6th position. Things cycle through here. He would be in position number 2, but he's yet to come back down pit side. Now, we did see Winker come down pit road on lap 129. Now, I don't know if that will be enough laps for him to stay fuel, if he's going to be able to keep this car, out there on the racetrack without running out of gas. So he may have to make another pit stop here. I'm not 100% sure if he'll try to stay out, run this a little longer, see what he can salvage here for points-wise, then maybe trying to pick up one of these final playoff spots as well here this evening for the Muhlenberger Custom Homes number 42. As Nathan Brookover out in front, not coming down pit side as of yet. Matthew Wood, though, they're in position number 2. Jordan Hand there in 3rd. And then we see Grant Applegate in position number 4. These two are just battling for the race lead prior to these green flag pit stops. Now, Applegate did come down pit side a couple laps later than Jordan Hand, so he's got a couple lap better tires on that 57 ride. We'll have to wait and see if he can use those tires to his advantage to try to put this Red Bull Racing machine into victory lane here this evening. Can he get it done? Can he pick up the win? Is it the last opportunities here tonight for a lot of our drivers that are unfortunately battling for these final playoff positions out there on the speedway? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens here this evening. As Top says, welcome to the 30s, brother. Oh gosh, the 30s? No, the dirty 30s. I don't know if I want to be in there yet, man. Oh, 1994 was 30 years ago. My gosh. My gosh, we're getting old way too quick as we do see this pass between the 1 and the 57 as Jordan Hand will relinquish position number 3 on the speedway now to that 57 of Applegate. Applegate trying to chase down this 16 of Matthew Wood as Wood could be sitting in that lead here if we see Nathan Brookover come down pit side. Now Brookover I do believe is too many laps away. I think he's going to have to go 46 laps or something to try and run this fuel mileage out. Now I don't think he's going to be able to make it that distance here without coming down pit side. I'm not sure if he'll be able to make it, but be interesting to see if he gives it a good old college effort, see if he gives it a try to see if he can try to win this one by fuel mileage. As Nathan Brookover, Matthew Wood, Grant Applegate in our final points race of the regular season, our top 3 here on the speedway. Jordan Hand there in position number 4, Dylan Carrier now into 5th. Here is Brian Underwood, Noah Blackwell battling door to door for the 6th position. Things are getting tight there between those two as they battle up here just outside the top 5. Kevin Winker there in position number 8. Landon Burbage there in 9th. Danny White back there in the 10th spot on the speedway with Thomas Horvath, Jaden Porter, Josh Kreider, Ben Gleason, Farrell Robbins, Jonathan Gaston, Chris Getz, Jordan Kreider, Dallas Seward, Ryan Haller, Benjamin Romano, our top 21, and Aiden Lucas in the 77 ride. Back here in 22nd on the speedway, and Ryan Rose has taken his 78 machine back behind pit wall and off the speedway. So 22 drivers battling here for the final few spots on the playoff roster here this evening. And unfortunately for the Beyond Detailing 77 ride of Aiden Lucas, Lucas came into the evening with such high hopes, such a good opportunity to work himself into the playoffs here. I'm not sure if in the 22nd spot is going to get it done. I think this one is going to be too close to call. We'll have to wait for the official word and the official scoreboard here and everything else to see where these drivers line up and who will be our playoff drivers here this season. As out in front, we see the number 8 ride finally does come down pit side. Matthew Wood is going to take that race lead away, but here comes Grant Applegate. Applegate down low looking for the race lead. Can Wood hold him off as they head down the back straightaway into corner number 3, nice and easy, side by side. Out of corner number 4, the 1 right of Jordan Hand right there, ready to strike as well as he could potentially be that driver to win this race and automatically lock himself into the playoffs here. And I think that is the best case scenario here this evening for the 1 machine, as he's right there ready to pounce. But I think a big question mark is going to be, has he done enough? He's earned quite a few stage points and running up here in position number 3. Do you push the subject? Do you try a little harder here to maybe get around the 16 and then try to chase after this 57 ride without burning up your equipment? But right there, oh baby, things were too close between him and the 99 rider Ryan Haller. Haller, oh man, coming off that wall, things got very, very tight at a corner number 4, and that could have been worst case scenario for that 1 ride. Jordan Hand almost saw his life flash in front of him, almost saw his playoff berth opportunity go out the window there. If they would have made contact and sent him down into the infield, this could have been a opportunity wasted here this evening. Now, does he take it easy? I know he wants to win. I know he just wants to lock his way in here and not have to worry about the points. If he can win, he will be locked in no matter what. So does he try to push? Does he try to jump up here and take this win away from the 57 of Applegate? It is going to be a very tight race right down to the very end. We'll have to wait and see if maybe Hand has got a little something left in the tank here in that beautiful number 1 machine, the Optic Texas NJP Designs ride in position number 2, trying to hunt down the Red Bull Racing 57 for the race win here this evening. Matthew Wood, who came down pit side a little bit earlier than these guys, unfortunately those tires falling off ever so slightly, or maybe he's playing a little strategy here himself, maybe trying to save some of these tires, try to roll out there on the speedway, letting those two go by and still saving tires here on the racetrack until maybe the final, few laps before he really starts to put that hammer down and tries to hunt down our top two again, see if he can work himself back around them to take this win away. Maybe building up their hopes here on the evening, as this one isn't over until it's over, until that checkered flag flies. Anything can happen, but with 6 laps left to go. You gotta go now. Whatever you got, you gotta let it all hang out. If you're on the outside of the playoffs looking in, you gotta make sure you get every single inch you can out there on the speedway. If you're getting blocked by drivers or anything else, we may see some bumping, some shoving, and everything else here this evening. As the 9 ride, Noah Blackwell back there in position number 6. Blackwell's done a good job here as well throughout the evening, earning some stage points, getting this car up towards the front of the field here, and he's going to let the 77 ride go on by here. I knew leave to the outside is Aiden Lucas. Unfortunately, back in 22nd. The 9's going to let him go on by. Make sure there's no issues between the two of those guys as Blackwell trying to maybe steal what could have been the final playoff spot in the final playoff berth that the 77 ride was primed to get here this evening. An opportunity wasted here as we do see Landon Burbage back there in 7th, Danny White back there in 8th, Kevin Winker, another one of those playoff hopefuls here this evening, rolling there in the 9th position as Josh Kreiner back there in 10th, Ben Gleason there in 11th, then we see Jaden Porter, Nathan Brookover, Thomas Horvath right there around them, and then we see Jonathan Gaston all the way back in that 15th position. Farrell Robbins there in 16th with Chris Getz, Jordan Kreider, Dallas Seward, and Ryan Haller, our top 20 on the racetrack. Benjamin Romano, Aiden Lucas, and Ryan Rose, our top 23 here on the speedway, is Grant Applegate out in front, starting to stretch that lead here ever so slightly between himself and Jordan Hand. Hand could potentially see this race win and his playoff berth pull away from him here late in this race and try to track him back down. Or has he done enough on the evening to work himself into the playoffs? Hand down across the line. Applegate, though, able to stretch out that lead as another almost 2 tenths between himself and the number 1 here that last lap by. So Applegate, with a little bit fresher tires, has that little bit of extra speed, and he is using it to his advantage right now on the speedways. Applegate and Wood 1, 2, and 3 on the speedways out at corner number 4. This time down and across the start-finish line. We will see the white flag fly one more time around here in the regular season of the Premium Stock Car Racing League. Our final race, the last chance dance for drivers to earn their playoff berths here this evening. Who will be in? Who will be out? As we know that the number 57 of Applegate has already picked up a win. He's got his playoff berth. He punched his ticket into the show. Now he's looking for some bonus points towards those rounds in the playoffs. Is out at corner number 4. He'll take us down the straightaway for the final time, and it's the 57 of Grant Applegate who will pick up the final checkered flag here of the regular season. Applegate picking up the win. A great run and a great drive there for the Red Bull Racing number 57. Jordan Hand going to come home in second in the Optic Texas, the Optic Gaming number 1 ride there in position number 2 in Matthew Wood, who is our regular season champion here this season. The 16 ride picking up the regular season championship. He's going to celebrate here a little bit as well as you see Applegate partying here down the bottom right. He's going to burn down the house, but the 16 ride picking up the regular season championship, earning him some pretty good points here, as well as Grant Applegate burns down the house here as our race winner. What a run, what a drive, what a performance here by all of these drivers out there on the speedway. The whole team, the whole crew's gonna party here on the front straightaway. Maybe a little bit of a demolition derby as well, as we see Underwood give a good strike right there to the 2 of Landon Burbage. Burbage trying to get this car into the fun here on the front straightaway as we'll get ready to pull our top 3 into the broadcast booth here for some post-race interviews. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you guys enjoyed that racing action here this evening from Chicagoland Speedway, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow and subscribe button as we're going to get ready to pull our top 3 up and into the broadcast booth for some post-race interviews. Man, what a run, what a show, what a drive here by all of these competitors as we will get ready to pull our race winner into the booth here in just a moment. We'll have to wait and see if the points get updated or anything else. I'm not sure if they will or not right away for us to really confirm who our playoff drivers will be here this evening. We'll have to wait and see if we can get those official standings here tonight as we're waiting for Applegate to jump into the booth. I do see Grant in there, but I don't see... not in the other chat. So let me see if we can pull him up in this way. Hey Grant, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. To get a copy? Grant may be in the bathroom. He may be doing a bathroom break right here. So let's see if we can pull in our second place driver, one of those playoff hopefuls here, the one ride of Jordan Hand. Let's get Jordan up here into the broadcast booth for his post-race interview. Hey Jordan, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Not bad, Jordan, brother. Do you think you did your job here this evening? Do you think you did enough to grab one of these playoff spots here this evening in our final regular season points race at Chicagoland Speedway, man? Take us back through this one. Take us back through some of the stage points you were able to earn. And do you think it was enough here to lock yourself into the playoffs?
I think so, man. I was just focusing on those first like 10, 15 laps, not to burn my tires up. A lot of those other guys were racing pretty damn hard. So I was just trying to make sure I had enough grip on them tires there for the end. I knew I'd get her back around them. And I think we're good. I think I finished ahead of Aiden every stage. I could be wrong. And then, I think he finished outside the top 15. And I think there was only like a 5-point gap. So I think we're all right. I think we made it. Damn, I would have loved to win that one, though. I tried so damn.
Absolutely, man. You're looking very, very strong, very fast out there on the racetrack. It's like leading some laps and battling hard there. You know, a couple times on the speedway before some of these green flag pit stops and everything else with Applegate and Matthew Wood, Dylan Carrier throughout the evening. Take us back through some of those battles and everything else. And you know, what could have been a lock-in situation for yourself. You put yourself into the best position possible right there within striking distance late in this race for a win here this evening.
Man, I just focused on not wrecking anybody. I wouldn't even. I just put the playoff thing behind me. You know, you just go out there and do what you do. You know, we all got talent on this thing. You can't sit there and worry about it. I mean, I've had some pretty bad luck throughout the season with like net code and just random crap. So I had some internet issues on top of the net code. So you know, I just leave it all out there. That's all you can do. You know, if you make it, you make it, and if you don't, you don't. You know, there's this is what it is. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, brother. It is what it is. That's a great mentality. Now, I haven't seen the official standings or anything else, but, you know, whether or not you're in or you're out, brother, a great regular season so far, and you got to be looking forward to, you know, these final few races and an opportunity to potentially be in these playoffs and being able to chase down what could be a championship here this season.
Absolutely, man. Hopefully, if we did make it, which I think we did, if we did, hopefully we got all the bad luck out, and we're going to the playoffs, and we're gonna do good.
Absolutely, brother. That's what you want, and you're getting hot right now as well, having some good runs, having some good finishes late here in this regular season, and starting to get a little fire under your butt here, and really shown here tonight as you were right there, you know, all evening long with the possibility of picking up the win here this evening. But Applegate was able to get it away from you. We gotta be pretty happy with how this evening went for the one machine, and who would you like to thank for such a great run and great drive here tonight?
Yeah, I definitely want to shout out the wife. She let me practice for this one. I mean, it was a pretty big race. So I try to. It's probably the most I practiced throughout the week of this whole season. So I want to shout her out, of course, and shout out to Brian and Josh for running a great league and putting this on. Thank you for the broadcast, and I definitely want to give props to Grant. He drove his ass off. So I mean, that was one hell of a run. I don't know if he took 4 tires there at the end or 2, but regardless, that man, whatever it was on the long run, he had the formula. So I want to give him major props. And it was a great race. I mean, I think we had 2 cautions. I'm not counting the stages. I think there was like 1 big wreck actually. I don't know. I could be wrong, but it was great racing. So shout out to everybody in the league. Thank you guys for showing up, and let's have a good playoffs.
Absolutely, brother. We look forward to seeing you out there. We look forward to seeing you battle here in the coming weeks and trying to earn your ticket into the next round here of the playoffs. Since I'm sure, I think just mathematically looking at the points and everything else, I think you should be able to get your way into the playoffs here this evening. So, man, good luck out there. Have some fun next week, and hopefully we'll see you right back up here in the broadcast booth.
Yes, sir. One more thing, if you don't mind. I want to shout out my teammates real quick. I totally forgot. Shout out to everybody at Redemption Motorsports. Man, we have really turned it on here at the end of the season. Dylan got the win last week. I think that's back-to-back poles, too, for the team. So, and we almost came home with another one tonight. So shout out to the team. I want to give everybody props. And Dallas. Dallas is the great crew chief of the team. So I just want to shout him out.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Well, Jordan, congrats on the great run. Congrats on the great drive here this evening. Hopefully it's enough to lock you into the playoffs, and hopefully we'll see you battling for a championship here next week.
Absolutely, brother. Take it easy.
You do. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our second place finisher, Jordan Hand. Hand coming home there in position number 2. As Applegate has joined the interview waiting room, we're going to get him up here into the broadcast booth. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up for our race winner, Grant Applegate. We're going to pull him up into the booth right now. Hey, Grant, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Take a copy.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I got you, Grant. I got you, brother. Grant, what a run, what a drive here for you, man. A lot of different strategy, a lot of different runs trying to be off sequence to some of those other competitors here tonight, but a lot of great door-to-door action, a lot of great battling out there on the racetrack between you, Jordan Hand, Matthew Wood, Dylan Carrier, a lot of these other competitors here throughout the evening, but at the end of the day, you were able to get that last good green flag pit stop in, come out only a couple seconds behind Jordan Hand and Matthew Wood. You were able to hunt them down, make the moves to get around them, and put yourself up into victory lane here at Chicagoland Speedway, man. Take us back through this one. How does it feel to be back up here in victory lane in the Premium Stock Car Racing League?
It feels really good, especially after the first 2 stages. I feel like I got kind of trapped behind lap cards on both stages, and I could have won both stages. So, yeah, just at the end of that, I felt like I had the best car, but on it, we were saving so much the whole first 2 stages I didn't know. So I just decided to put myself on the best tires compared to everybody else and see what happened.
Absolutely. Well, the best tires here this evening definitely helped you out late in this race. Some great runs, a lot of great speed, being able to make some moves and, beat these guys down the straightaways, being able to pull them here and put yourself into the best spot possible in corner entry, able to shoot it in there a little deeper, a little farther, and it puts yourself right to the front of the field here to pick up the last win of the regular season. And no better time to get another win here for yourself, knowing that you're already locked into the playoffs. Now you earn yourself some extra playoff bonus points, and you also gonna go in with a little bit of confidence, a little bit of a hot shoe here going into our first stage and our first race of the playoffs.
Yeah, momentum's always good, especially going into a road course, which I'm not the best at. So, yeah, I'm definitely happy about the momentum, happy about the bonus points, because I think I'm going to need them for this road course in the first round. So, happy about it.
Absolutely, brother. Well, a great run and a great drive here for you tonight, Grant. Who would you like to thank for such an amazing performance out there on the Speedway?
Just my affiliate teammates at HG Motorsports. I always have fun in the party with them and racing with Matthew and all them. Jordan Hand, everybody running clean. Always appreciate it.
Absolutely, brother. Well, we look forward to seeing you out there for our first playoff race of the season next Saturday, and hopefully we'll see you, maybe coming through with another big run, another big race, and putting you back up here into the broadcast booth at the end of the evening.
Yep. Let's hope for the best.
Absolutely, brother. Enjoy it out there, and congrats on the great run and great regular season and that opportunity here, to race in the playoffs, man. It's awesome to watch you continue to compete out there on the racetrack, and I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun to see what you can do, not only on the road course, but throughout all the other races here in that first stage of the playoffs.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do. Going for a championship, obviously. So happy about it and see what happens.
Absolutely, brother. Good luck out there. Have fun, and hopefully we'll see you back up here real soon.
Hopefully. Talk to you later.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, giving up there for our race winner here this evening, the 57 of Grant Applegate. Applegate picking up the win, pulling himself up into victory lane, as now we'll get ready to pull in our third place finisher, as Jimmy 6 times says, going to be a little bit on points. Have drivers with illegal stage finishes. Ooh, man, that's going to be very, very interesting to see how that one plays out. My boy Ryan Haller as well, and hey, it's Kev going, it says, not the finish I wanted, but led 18 laps, laugh out loud. Yeah, man, car looked good. I thought maybe that little bit of time out in front, kind of seeing what your car can do, looking strong out there. I thought maybe some late race strategy or something, or some stage strategy, maybe would see this 99 ride be one of those drivers competing for the win here this evening. Unfortunately, just some untimely pit stops there for you, and everything else, and kind of getting yourself locked back there a lap down and then a couple laps down out there on the racetrack. But we know we'll see you back out there next week and looking just as good and leading some more laps here and continue to improve here week after week after week, Mr. Haller, as we'll get ready to pull our third place finisher, Matthew Wood, up here into the broadcast booth. Matthew waiting down patiently pit side. Let's pull him up here into the broadcast booth. We do got the driver cam here as well for the number 16. So let's pull Matthew up here into the booth. Hey Matthew, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Taking a copy?
Oh yeah, I was out of it.
Listen,
I was
brother,
falling asleep over here.
It was a longer race, that's for certain. A little longer race. Seemed like it took a little bit longer out there, but it was a lot of fun. It looked like you guys were having a blast out there, especially between the top three here this evening. You, Jordan Hand, Grant Applegate. Man, we saw you be able to pick up a couple stage wins here this evening, but unfortunately, just maybe coming down pit side a little early, trying your luck with the early pit strategy here. Unfortunately, late in this race, you saw Applegate and Hand able to catch you, make that move to get around you, and put you back here into that third spot. But already picking up that regular season championship, earning a couple extra bonus points to the playoffs, and still coming home with another solid podium finish has got to feel good here this evening.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look at the weather. I don't know what's going on with this. Anyway, yeah, I didn't have anything to lose. I was just trying stuff. Still kind of learning everything. I've only been here for a year, so I'm still learning, getting experience. So I wanted to see at a high wear racetrack where the lap times are going down very quick. I wanted to see if undercutting would actually work. And then at that, if I could save and still be quick, but undercutting does not work. Usually overcutting works at these tracks, but I wanted to see if it did. And it didn't, but I don't think it helped that I had rear end damage. I don't know if it was caught on the broadcast, but when I had to save it after Jordan hit me in the back, I checked up in 1 and 2, and when I got back on the throttle, he didn't expect it, and it's whatever. I mean, it's kind of my fault, to be honest with you, but I had damage, didn't take my fast repair. Probably should have, but 4-lap fresher tires are still going to mean a lot. So just learning for the playoffs, just to where to make mistakes, where I could have made mistakes, and then making them here instead of there. Kind of what I've been doing. Although I haven't been the best the past couple of weeks, but yeah, I'm just really happy for Grant. I am really happy for Grant. Right now, he's going into his last race on NASCAR Heat 5. He's been doing leagues on there since it came out. He was doing it with me for a while, and now it's ending tonight, so he got to do that. Other than that, though, of course, our thoughts and prayers go out to not only the people, just the Southeast in general. The Stange isn't here because of power. He's still without power. I'm not sure exactly where he lives, but a lot of people were impacted by Milton. Could have been a lot worse. I'm not going to go into the technical of it. I'll probably tell you after, but to keep it short and sweet, it intensified a lot more than it was supposed to before it made landfall. So that's a great thing. But still, nonetheless, a hurricane is a hurricane, and got hit with one right after another. So just you're not seeing everything that's going on down there. I don't think any of us will ever be able to comprehend what's going on in North Carolina. Just a lot of people down there. I almost left the cameras by accident. I was trying to switch tabs and I hit X instead of the other tab. But yeah, honestly, fun race. Go to a road course next week, but I don't know. I don't know if I win there or not. Landon is very, very quick. Yeah, I've been surprised with him this past week. He's been practicing and he's quick. So we'll have to see.
All right, well, anyone's race next week, and it could be a tight one between yourself and your other teammate, Landon Burbage, there for our first playoff race of the season. But good thing is you got a lot of points in your back pocket to help you kind of get on through, especially this first stage and the second stage, and trying to work yourself into that championship round to try to battle and pick up the championship here this season. And after having another good run, another good performance, even though you were trying to learn some different things, took a couple different gambles out there on the racetrack to see, honestly learning quite a bit to help you out here when it comes to these mile-and-a-half racetracks in the playoffs here. So always learning, always trying to get better and faster out there on the racetrack. Matthew did a great job here this evening, parking that 16 right back up in position number 3. Huge congratulations not only for the third place run here this evening, but a huge congratulations for a great regular season, being able to pick up that regular season championship as well, man. Who would you like to thank for not only a great race here tonight, but all season long so far?
Just the team. The team is just a fun place to be around. Noah and Gaston made my paint schemes all year. Staines helped me at the end of last year with some things, and I don't think I have and will ever thank him enough. Yeah, thank the Lord for the opportunity. I always say it. It's on my truck, but yeah, we'll look through the race, talk. I'll go to sleep, and I'm tired.
Absolutely, brother. Well, I won't keep you up here much longer. Congratulations on the great run. Congratulations on the great race, and we look forward to seeing you back out there next Saturday for our first playoff race of the season.
All right, thank you.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and have yourself a wonderful sleep.
Oh, you too.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for Matthew Wood as Wood picking up that third place finish here this evening, and also picking up the regular season championship. So some big moves, some big runs here for a lot of drivers trying to earn their way into the playoffs here this evening. Now, we don't have the official standings here. We don't know who exactly picked up those final few spots, but make sure you guys check out Premium Stock Car Racing League over on Facebook. I do believe they're over on Twitter as well. I'm sure they will update everybody with those playoff points and standings and who our playoff drivers will be, and if they get a graphic or something made up or a cool little flyer or something, I'll share that out there, give you guys the information, and get ready and get prepped here for the beginning of our playoffs next Saturday. And we look forward to seeing each and every one of you there. But if you haven't already, please make sure you guys do us a favor. Absolutely free to do. Means a lot. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that follow and subscribe button here this evening as we'll get ready to call it a night. We'll get ready to see you guys back in here tomorrow for my birthday. We're probably going to do something through tomorrow afternoon. Do a little bit of a birthday bash, and then I do believe we got a late model series kicking off tomorrow night as well. So we will have some racing and some broadcasting to do tomorrow on our birthday as well. So make sure you guys have those bell notifications turned on. That way you never miss it when we go live here on Peacemaker Gaming. But thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out for now, baby. Peace out for now, ladies and gentlemen.
Engines roar like a beast. Cheering crowd can't sit still. still. Rubber burns on concrete. Fight for glory, thrill.